Repairs to a section of the Mollison Road in Christiana, Manchester are expected to be completed by mid-July. Mayor of Mandeville, Donovan Mitchell, who gave that assurance, is asking residents and others who use the roadway to be patient.
This road, long time it don't fix. So, I appreciate what is going on now.
Manchester resident David commending the work to fix a massive breakaway on the Mollison Road in Christiana. The road was badly battered during the passage of Hurricane Melissa in October and finally gave way in April this year, reducing a section of it to single-lane traffic. During a recent tour of the roadwork with engineers, Mandeville Mayor Donovan Mitchell and Councillor for the Christiana Division O'Neill Bryan praised the pace of the rehabilitation so far, noting it should be completed in another month to month and a half.
Even though it's a commercial hub, it's a lot of farmers, and this road is a crucial road for the farming community. It extends to communities like Denham Farm, Devon, goes back to Shudley, so it's really an arterial road in some respects. So the persons could not do without this road.
This road leads straight into the Christian hub, and as a matter of fact, it's a great farming community down below, so we are expecting to try and finish it early so that persons can traverse this area in no time, because otherwise they have to go another 10 kilometers or so around the road to get into Christiana town. And so we're just asking them to just see with us. We're just trying to get it ready for them.
The road is being repaired at a cost of about $20 million. Krista Campbell, TVJ News.
It is now time for a break, but do stay with us. More stories when we return. There are growing concerns about the availability of onions on the local market as supplies begin to tighten. But Agriculture Minister Floyd Green says the situation is not unusual, noting that it reflects the natural cycle of production within the sector. Now, consumers may have noticed a decline in onions on shelves in recent weeks as the crop moves toward the end of its production season. Minister Green says the current shortage is part of what he describes as the fluctuation of the agriculture sector.
Early in the year, a lot of our farmers were complaining about the oversupply. You haven't heard those complaints anymore. I think a number of our farmers have been able to move their produce, and we're now coming to the end of our onion season. I think what is fair is to ensure that our farmers get the full breadth of the onion season. Once onion season comes to an end, and we're winding up now, we will then look to external supplies, and then that will bring down some of the price until we go into our next onion season. But again, I think as consumers appreciate that they went through a period earlier this year that was significant oversupply, very, very low prices, and now it's a sort of leveling out.
The minister also pointed out that this pattern is not unique to onions, but common across multiple crops. He is urging consumers not to panic as the ministry works to monitor production cycles and work with farmers to maintain stability in supply.
Until we do some of the things that we're trying to do this year, like in relation to onion, put in drying facilities in some of our high production zones, so that ultimately we will not have an oversupply, because we would store and then distribute over the period so that the price will be more moderate and will be more consistent.
Welcome back to the Midday News. It is now time for the Business Minute.
Industry, Investment and Commerce Minister Senator Albin Hill says 5 companies have been granted license to import cement as the government moves to address shortages affecting the construction sector and wider economy. The license will allow the importation of a combined 390 tons of cement. Under the allocations, rock hard cement, tank weld metals, island wide concrete, Gore Developments, and the buying house have all been given license to import cement. Further afield, Waymo is pulling almost 4,000 of its robo-taxis off the roads, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. The self-driving software in these vehicles were not able to recognize construction zones and ramp closures. Officials say there were several instances in San Francisco and Phoenix where the robo-taxis drove into the zones that were closed, posing a potential crash hazard. According to the administration, all the recalled vehicles have this technological glitch. And that's it for the Business Minute. I'm Antonia Atkinson.
Thank you, Antonia. Time now for the top stories from around the world.
In the region, the Caribbean Development Bank, CDB, has launched a new $1.5 million initiative to explore a regional electricity grid and expand renewable energy across the Caribbean. The project will assess options such as solar, wind, geothermal, and undersea grid connections to help reduce dependence on imported fuel, lower electricity costs, and improve climate resilience. The study is expected to run through 2028 with its first roadmap due in 2027. And on the international scene, Arthur, the first named storm of the 2026 Atlantic hurricane season, has weakened, but its remnants are still triggering dangerous flooding and severe weather across the Gulf Coast. In Mississippi, residents were allowed to return home after officials lifted an evacuation order over fears of a dam failure. The storms have toppled trees, spawned tornadoes, and left a road crew member dead as recovery efforts continue. And those were the top regional and international stories. I'm Aliyah Bryant.
Thank you, Aliyah. We now head to our final break. When we come back, we'll have your Midday Sports Report.